Hi, this is Valerie Hikio. I'm here to do a little bit of expose as a follow-up to my blog article on some Toronto City officials who has been caught red-handed acting in a conspiracy and corruption involving the Toronto police, I also believed, and there's evidence leading to that, as well as some Toronto landlords. In this particular case, those landlords are called Abul Bashar, Samshun Bashar, and it involves the city officials covering up an alleged investigation that they were supposed to have carried out against those property owners and actually did not do that. Now, there are other city officials who are involved other than those in municipal licensing standards, because normally involving buildings in Ontario and Toronto, certain divisions work together. So you will have those in property standards, which is municipal licensing, and then you'll also have those in the building department, as well as the Toronto Fire Services, and a lot of cases the electrical safety as well. Now, all of those areas has now come under investigation for not carrying out the investigation of these property owners. Not only are they corrupt, after their investigation concluded in April of 2015, the property owner simply continued where they left off. So they're showing that they have no regard for the law. And what I've also discovered is that the investigation of this property owner by municipal licenses goes back further. Complaints has been coming in over the years because she's been doing this for more than 10 years. And right under the noses of those city officials. Now, you have to ask yourself, why is that? Why would somebody who's entrusted with the safety of the public be involved with helping a landlord break the law? Because you're talking about safety issues as far as fire safety violations, as far as overcrowding, as far as the integrity of the structure of the building. And if you read my article, you will see where I posted where this has happened in the past in the city of Toronto, where the building actually collapsed. Now, in the government of Ontario allows only one extra rental unit in a private single-family dwelling. They may also allow 2 maximum, never above 3. Once it hits the mark of 3 or more, it's now illegal. This property owner has or had 6. My understanding is that currently they have 5 tenants. So they have 3 above the legal limit, actually 4. And Mark Straga, who is the director of investigation, actually gave them a pass. So they gave the building a pass. Now these people are also involved in other legal proceedings. And it's easy to find out what's been going on in regards to that property because, as you know, public records are available to the public. So you can request a record under the Freedom of Information Act, as I've done, or you can just follow up in different ways. These people were supposed to have done their job and have acted in the interest of the public, and they did not do that. As a result, these corrupt landlords has continued to break the law As a result, these people in property standards, building, and the Toronto Police 11th Division has also continued to act corruptly and criminally in this investigation. They are now at the point where they do not want their actions exposed. Because I'm aware of this investigation, and because I'm aware at the level of the corruption that's involved, and the fact that it's coming from the very top. You're talking about the head of municipal licensing standards, Tracy Cook, who is the executive director. You're talking about Mark Straga, who is the director of investigations. And you're talking about fire captains, in this case, Captain Wendy Rome of the Toronto Fire Services. You're talking about the head of building, Mario Angelucci, who's one of the directors. So this thing goes all the way to the top, and they have all acted in a conspiracy to cover up the criminal behavior of these property owners, which is not an isolated case. Now, you have to ask yourself, why is it that these people continue in their position after it has been discovered time and time again that they've acted corruptly and that they should be removed from their position? The answer is there is no one to report them. There is no one to expose them to the public. So there's been no inquiries done, no charges laid, and no media attention. So of course they're going to continue in what they're doing. And that's what's been happening. Because as for Mark Straga, I actually reported on him last year in a similar situation. And as I said earlier on in this video, when those persons are corrupt, they simply advance higher in their positions. Now, that's one of the best examples of corruption in local government, as far as I can see. Of course, it's not isolated to Canada, but I want to expose what's happening in Canada. And so corruption at that level is very, very frequent. I am very familiar with city officials. I've been entangled with them for years. I know all of them. Okay. And so corruption is very, very common among Toronto city officials. And it's the same people. They keep the same positions and they advance in their career. And one of the reasons for that is because there is no one that's willing to take up the story and to put a face to it and to say these people need to be removed from their jobs. They're not representing the public's best interest at this time. And that's what I'm trying to do with this video. So as a follow-up to this video, I invite you to go to the blog and to read in full the article that I wrote, because I have now made it a personal campaign to go after these people. And one of the ways that I've done that is to proceed with criminal charges against them. Charges for breach of public trust, obstructing justice, conspiracy, and corruption, among others. And you can do the same. If you see a city official doing something that they shouldn't be doing and you have the evidence, you can do the exact same thing. Go to the court and charge them, and you gather your information so that when it's time for the matter to proceed in the court, you have the evidence against them, because they will lie and they will cover up for each other. And if they're allowed, they will continue in their corruption. So to go after a city official is never easy. In my particular case, they are coming after me, inciting people against me, where I feel that it's absolutely necessary to stop them in their tracks. Not only do I want them to stand before a judge and to answer for their actions. But I also want to see them removed from their position, because they're not doing the public any service whatsoever by remaining in the position that they're in, right? They'll just continue to act corrupt. It's their nature, it's their character, it's what they do, and they will continue. It's as simple as that. So I encourage you to read my article at Canada Human Rights Abuse Exposed, The Truth is Revealed. And you will see the article there and you can read it further. And of course, if you know of any other similar cases, you can also contact me if you're a little bit timid about exposing it directly. And I will follow up with the story and do more investigation into it, because I personally believe that corruption at the city level, at the municipal level, is way out of hand. And there is no one in government, there is no check to check what they're doing. In the province of Quebec, they have an anti-corruption commission that actually will investigate. In Ontario, and particularly with City of Toronto, there is no such thing. You're told to complain to the ombudsman, because of course that's going to be covered up immediately. And that's not what should happen. There should be public inquiries done. There should be criminal charges laid. And those persons should be removed from their position. And that's how you deal with a society that is acting corrupt, by getting rid of the people who are doing it and remove them with people who are law-abiding and will act in the best interest of the public. This is Valerie Guillaume, and I will be following up this video with another video, because this is an ongoing matter. And whatever evidence I can come up with, I will share it with you as long as I'm able to, because once proceeding has started in the courts, you're kind of limited how much information you can release to the public. And as I said, there are legal proceedings started against this person. So I may be limited as to how much I can go into the case, because obviously I want to see them convicted. So I don't want to see someone get off by information being released that may actually get them off. So I will be limited in how much of that I can reveal to the public. But keep in mind that I will try to be on top of this, and I will actually start a public campaign other than this video, even if I have to go and do a demonstration in front of... These people are too corrupt. They're just like, they need to be removed from their positions. You know, if they're being charged or facing criminal charges, that's a long process. That's at least a year in the courts. It's not something that's over just like that. To be charged with something, it's a long process in the court. So they should not be occupying those positions until those matters are finished in court. That's my belief. They should be long gone. So sometimes one way to get rid of them, other than to go through the long process of a public inquiry or criminal charges, is simply to humiliate them publicly. Because there are two courts. There's the legal way to do things, and then there's a court of public opinion. And I think most people want to see justice. Most people don't want people in government who are dishonest, robbing them, committing crimes. People don't want to see that. Okay, people do not want to see that. So I will be taking this up because I've seen it before, and it really bothers me. And so I have made it my personal campaign to go after these people and to expose what they're doing. And do not think that they're sitting down taking it lightly. No, they're directly and indirectly coming after me, but that's fine. I will do what I need to do, and they can do what they want to do. Okay? So this is Valerie Guillaume, and I will be following up this video with another video exposing more corruption among Toronto city officials.